What's up, guys? Your buddy Goliath here. We're here with Rob, who got to go to Kindacon. Rob's got a lot to talk about: his life, his interests, his hobbies, maybe his waifu, and even a card game that Rob himself developed. Hi, Rob. How are you doing today?
Hello, Goliath. I'm all right. How about you?
That's doing pretty good. So, I've never been to Kindacon. Explain, what is Kinda? It sounds like something lovers would go to. It's Kindacon. So what is Kindacon?
Imagine it sort of like a mini convention, if you know about Anime Next, Otakon, Comic Con, any of those big like
Shotakon, Dragon Con, one of those.
Any type of like fandom type deal, except this one seems to focus on independent creators.
Ooh. People
that come in to advertise, say, their works, or they sell products like comic books, shoes, clothing, even candles.
So these are kind of like mom and pop fans that like make their own products, clotheslines. They're trying to get noticed for their fashion creativity and a lot of that, but they're not like mainstream Funimation, Toei animation. They're like real down-to-earth people, basically.
Right, basically, as you put it.
Oh, that's very cool. Definitely cool. And that was it's only like a one-day con, correct?
It was 2 days, I believe, Saturday and Sunday, and I went on Saturday.
Oh, so it's okay, people. So it's a 2-day con, which makes it more interesting because the more time you get at a con, the more you get from it through connections, through all types of walks of life. Now, how many people would you say is it really well known? Is it big? Is it more just...
It's fairly new. I believe it's 3 years old now. I think this was its third year that just passed, and I want to say it was roughly about 100 or so people.
It's not bad for a beginning con. For those that don't know the fandom, a con starts out sometimes at local colleges and local universities that start out with 50, 60 people, but get to 100, 200 is an accomplishment in and of itself. So that's really cool to hear that they've started, and a lot of cons do like Microcon, MizCon, and a lot of the smaller ones did wind up vanishing over time, which is kind of sad to see a con disappear that someone put so much hard work into that disappeared. But how many, do you know, do people really get their stardom from this, or is it more like go out there, give it a shot, and really hope that someone from a bigger corporation notices you, or this is more like trying to get yourself recognized so you can become your own independent job?
It seems the latter, I want to say, and if the former happens, that would be really cool.
Like if Toei Animation walked by your table and went, "We want to buy your stuff." Yeah.
Right.
And with that being said, have you ever tried to get a table at Kindacon, or is it expensive? Is it more just like first come, first? How is it really? Do you know more details about that?
Unfortunately, there were booked in October, starting in October, and this came out, or not came out, but
this was in March.
This was last week.
Last week, so in April. Okay, so it's October, November, December, January, February. Wow, so 6 months in advance. Tables are they're gone.
They're gone fast. I mean, I've been warned about that, but
so you have to get it by September or nothing.
So I decided to go to check it out and see, ask questions, like figure out how it is that they work there.
Would my money be worth spending to buy this table to put my stuff out there?
Yes.
And I did see you do have some stuff that you did bring with you.
Yes.
To show us. So what do you want to show us right there?
On me right here is Terrazone Clash of Creatures, which is my homemade trading card game. And I also have a fictional story that will be going along with it. Ooh. Starting up pretty soon on a site called Webtoons. A very good site for independent creators just to put their stuff out there there's a lot of good traffic and a lot of supportive people on there as well.
Okay, that's very cool. So how long have you been developing your own independent franchise, your card game? How long has that been in the works?
It has technically dated back as far as 2001.
Wow.
So I was about 12 years old, I want to say.
17 years.
It used to go by the name Creatures, and it was like a book series where there was like number 1, this creature, number 2, this creature, sort of inspired by the Pokédex in Pokemon.
Okay, so you were inspired by Pokemon to create a new genre of little monsters or creatures that would allow for a new card game, new storyline, new developments. Because some people that follow the nerd fandom, I think we've been Pokemon'd out. The Aloha version, in my opinion, pushed it a little bit. But may I see? Sure. So this looks very amazing. I gotta say, I do love the color and the artwork. If you guys can see that from here, it's very colorful, very well presented. He's got a nice spine down the middle, which is really cool. And oh, I love that. That is adorable.
The real version of the comic can be found on Webtoons.
That is very awesome. So do you hope to make this into your own little mini company, kind of outshine Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon a little bit, try to be like, look, I'm the new guy.
At the very least, I definitely want to compete with Yu-Gi-Oh!, Cardfight Vanguard, and Pokemon TCG. It would just be cool to be within their ranks, even if I'm even just a little lower, but like fairly well known still, and people still are interested. I want to provide ultimately an experience for people to also further create new inspirations in the years to come after me.
Now that is inspirational to hear it all. That's amazing. We got to say, because a lot of artists that we do come across, we'll see them at one con and another con, maybe 6 months, 8 months down the road, they've either been knocked down so badly, and you've been doing this for 17 years, which is amazing that over the course from 12 to now, you have not given up because you know this is what you want. This is your dream. And other people sometimes try, they fail. But it seems like, I'm guessing though, you have tried, you have failed.
Definitely.
But you have come back from that.
Yes. That is, it's all about the journey, definitely, in terms of, because a lot of the successful people out there, and this goes for like all fields, they've failed multiple times. And it's not until eventually, after working so hard and keeping at it through sheer willpower, that you will find the time where it truly prospers, because you just learn and experience as the years go by. You get better, especially with drawing in general. You just have to draw. People have asked me, like, how do you get better at drawing? Like, you just draw. Like, it's as simple as that. You can't just one day wake up and be like, all right, I can draw like a...
I'm an artist.
Yeah, it's just not that simple. Unfortunately, unfortunately, but also fortunately, because then you can respect it as well. Yeah. There's further respect for it once you understand kind of how it works.
So, do you have, with the game, there's going to be mostly decks and stuff like that, creatures, abilities, magic. How many cards are in the process of being created right now? How many cards do you have all together, like, for them already? Like, how many monsters, creatures, artifacts, like, how many do you have, like, created?
There's so far, and there's a lot more to come, because with these TCGs, they just
Beta
keep
decks,
building,
new decks,
keep building,
lightning decks, star deck.
They have to keep the interest of the consumers, so they have to keep putting stuff out there. And as of right now, in the plans, we have about 300 cards. Hard copy wise, if I were to pick out, or if I were to print out cards that are ready to play, I would say we're sitting at about 140.
That's more than enough. And how many cards per deck would you say?
A deck contains 50 cards, no more, no less.
Okay.
And one additional card that doesn't go in the deck while playing, which is known as the terrain card.
So that I gotta say, that's actually got my interest piqued. Again, I would love to see this at the next Kindacon. Be like seeing a little table with you set up and explaining your game, hard copies. It's amazing to think that a con out there exists where it can help people promote themselves. And I'm guessing, like you said, if you could get a table, it's not that expensive. It's pretty basically affordable for people, so they can actually be promoted.
Sounds like it, because I've seen a number of different people pull it off in all sorts of cons as well. So I assume it's affordable. It's just all a matter of
air quotes.
It's just a matter of getting enough attention, getting enough serious people that have originally taken your attention, and I guess for the people that are really concerned and want to profit off of it as well. But in my opinion, if you ask me, if you don't profit off of it, at least you were out there. At least people found you, which could later lead to profit.
There you go. I gotta say, I wish I went to this. I've never been to this con. I'd heard about it last minute. I was like, Kindacon. It's a small. I don't think I even want to bother. But now I'm really sad that I missed out, because people like you just can hear about something, give it a shot. Like there's a Toy Con going on in New Jersey. Unfortunately, I'm a little broke, so I couldn't go to that this year. But check out the small cons. You never know what you can find. Never know what you can discover. Rob, do you want to tell our fans and followers and viewers, like, maybe some inspirational words? Because obviously 17 years, you haven't given up yet, and I definitely want to see you getting a table. I want to see this card game in reality. I want to play this game. It's actually caught my interest a little bit. I'm like, the animation for like the card designs, is definitely gonna be. This looks awesome. Like one of the like royal hidden monster cards. Like if you have this, you have Exodia.
Yes. It's sort of like a silhouette of either the mascot Destiny Dragon, or it could be something stronger.
So cool. So
yes.
Any words of inspiration give anybody? Because honestly, you have not given up. This is your dream. What can you tell people out there that are going through the same stuff and they have not reached their 17-year mark yet, but they've reached maybe their third month and they're just starting to waver?
There's a lot of variables, and honestly, you could get me talking for hours about this. But to put it simply, just as we mentioned before, just never give up. If you've got something that you really care about, if it haunts you at night, if you come up with ideas while you're sleeping or in very inconvenient times where you can't immediately act on it, push it. You got to keep going. Get outside help. Find friends that are supportive, family members that are supportive. Get outside help also in terms of education. If you can find a school that will at least help get you on the path, that will at least give you the basic idea, and then you can take your style and how you think and then incorporate what you've learned through serious training from professionals and teachers and instructors. There will be bumps in the road. There will be times where you're like, I'm ready to go. I'm going to keep going. This is great. I'm feeling the mojo. And then you could go even a few years where you're just like, you know what? I don't know. But then if it keeps biting back, if you push it away and it keeps coming back for more, you have that's a sign that you have something special, that you have something that you could share. It could be like your inner self, your subconscious telling you, look, don't give up on this. You're making a mistake right now. Like, eventually, when you get to the point, bring it back, incorporate what you've learned through the years, and just keep working. That's how it goes ultimately for drawing in the art field in general. Just keep creating your craft.
So the powerful words, guys. I got to say, I'm very inspired right now. And with our group, A.R.K Studios, we've got a lot more coming for you. We're going to keep producing more, showing up more. We've got cons, mini cons, day cons. We're going to be there for you guys. We're going to have more amazing interviews from people all across New Jersey, America, the U.S., hopefully one day international. But this is Goliath from A.R.K Studios. Rob, I want to thank you so much for sitting down with us, telling us about Kindacon, your awesome game that I now need to play, and I'm getting the urge. I want to play it already. I love new card games. Every person out there loves a new game.
That makes me happy to hear. And thank you, Goliath, for having me and taking the time to interview me.
You're very welcome. So, guys, I'll see you next time. This is Goliath from A.R.K Studios signing off.